It's Jeff down at the Music Shop today, another one of these little videos on a bunch of different guitars. And today I want to demystify this whole question of the 15 series from Martin and the history of it a little bit, and the 15 and the 15M series, and which one's got the solid top, which one's got the specific mahogany top, which has sapele. It seems to be quite complicated. So I have actually read through all of the sounding board magazines of Martin going back until 1997 and up till 2011, and I have kind of figured out here exactly what it is. So I'm going to explain this to you with a few examples. So today I've got a 00 or 00, but I'm going to say 00, okay, for simplify, but they're the same things. 00 15M, I have a 000 15M, and I have a J15, okay? So, quick history here to kind of set it up. So, back in the 1930s, after the 1920s depression, Martin wanted to start up a series of guitars, all solid mahogany, that would go ahead and be something that would be simple, not many decorations, not many appointments that people would buy. Okay, so they did the 15 and the 17 series. Okay, and it was pretty simple. It would be all solid wood, and then it would be mahogany. Okay. Then in the 1997, okay, and this goes back to, I'm just going to go through the series of the sounding board magazines. 1997, they decided to reintroduce the 15 series, okay, but they decided to make a dreadnought version, okay. I don't have the D15 here, but they decided to do that, okay. But that one was going to go ahead and that would be an all solid wood guitar, but just the top was a mahogany and the back and sides were sapele. Then 6 months later, they decided to expand that out, and they did the 0015, the 0015, the 00015, and the DC15E, okay, the DC15E. The next year, 1998, they decided to spread it out again, and they went to a 000C 15E. And then the next year, they introduced the Jumbo series with the Jumbo 15, which we've got an example right here, okay. But that was the only mahogany top, okay? So the D15 was a mahogany top, and the J15, the Jumbo, was a mahogany top, okay? And the back and sides are sapele. Then the next year, in 2000, they went to the 12 string of the 15, and then they went to an all solid wood, all mahogany. And then again the next year in 2001, they had the 15 JC15E. And then they brought the OM15 as well, which was the all solid mahogany. So that was up till 2001. Okay, so 1997 to 2001. Then we have about 10-year period of time. They brought in the 2010 period of time. They brought up in 2010 exactly. They brought the 15M series, and they introduced the D15M, okay, and the 000 15M, which I've got right here. The next, about 6 months later, they brought out the 00 15M, okay, and there's no jumbo. So that's a quick kind of history to explain that there were certain guitars of that 15 series that had, they were all solid wood, but only some had the solid top mahogany, and the rest was sapele, okay, and then other ones were all solid mahogany. Okay, so what happened is in 2010 when they went and made that split for the DRS-1 would be the all sapele version, then these other guitars were all solid mahogany, which means the M, okay, for the 15. So that should pretty simplify the reason all that. So let's look at a couple of the differences of the sound. And we can see here that the 00 15M, the 000 15M, and the Jumbo 15, you can see that they're slightly different. I'm going to just let you take a look at it here. They slightly get bigger, and then the Jumbo is definitely a much wider guitar. And I don't have a dreadnought here, the D15. That would be good to have that, but I don't have that here in the shop. But this hopefully let we see the differences. So what is the sound differences? The smaller guitars, the small bodies, are really nice for kind of finger picking. Okay, that's what it's really got the volume projects it out with, okay? So we can strum it, but you can see it's not as clear when you do that, okay? Now, let's go ahead and go to the 15 the triple zero. This one's just a slightly bit bigger. It's going to get a little more volume. Okay, these are strings that need to be changed well. A little bit more bass, a little bit more volume, and we get up here to a come to the jumbo size. Let's go to that one. This one is just a. You can hear it. It's just ringing and ringing. Okay, and this one you can. It's going to continue to have that ringing sound. So those smaller guitars are going to be great for fingerstyle playing. They're going to be really nice for the size of the body. They're a little bit thinner, not as thick. But this jumbo, it's a little bit thicker, got a bigger body, and it's going to be good for going ahead and just strumming as well. Okay, so hopefully this little explanation will kind of, like I said, demystify all these questions about the 15 series and the 15M series. And that you'll see in the, I've done specific product reviews of the guitars. Just a last point on the 15 series, and from the 1997 up to 2009, they did have, and this is one of those, it did have this long pattern here, you can see, long pattern of all the decorations. It had specifically these enclosed tuners, and it had plastic pins, had a tusk saddle, and had a white Corian nut. When we come to the 15M series, all that changed because we've got standard, we've got ebony pins, we've got both the nut and the saddle are both bone, and we come to the Waverly type vintage Gotoh tuners. Okay, so that's the difference in it, and it comes down to a short pattern. Based on a short pattern up to the 9th fret. So those are the things. There are a few other changes to it here, the rosette and things, but those are kind of some minor details. Some of the bracing slightly, when they have the A hybrid bracing and the 15Ms as well. But hopefully that will explain the overall differences, and to know when you go and choose a guitar what you're looking at and what you're going to get. Have a good day.